Alright, back again, Luke here. And today we've got out the Xbox 360, and I figured we could put in this game here. Otomedius Excellent. So, let's pop this in and play some of that. Now this is one of those basically cute-em-ups from Konami. It's a little bit on the adult side, hence the name. Oto, it comes from Otona, which means adult, and Medius comes from the Gradius. So, let's kill the lights here. And we'll give it a go. Sorry, this time I'm going to be playing from the sofa, so it's a little bit far back. Hopefully I'll be able to use everything from here. Maybe we can even turn the volume up just a little bit more. Here's my little avatar, which I haven't used this in a long time just because of the sign in, sign out issues with the game, but we'll get it going here, and let's give it a shot. Maybe even turn it up some more. It might be a bit too much, but we'll see. This one says basically, let's stop pirating stuff. Stop pirating software. It's got a pretty interesting intro. We'll let it roll through. So there is our Otomedius Excellent intro. If you let the music run through, it'll start up again, and then once you press the start button, it'll say it quickly, but the first time it'll say it slowly, so it'll enunciate each single syllable of the word. But if we let it run through here just a little bit longer, it'll say it quickly when we hit the start button. This is very similar to, if you remember, if you've ever played the Contra that was released for the PS2, how they had kind of like upped the graphics. It was basically a Contra game, but it seemed a little bit different, a little bit more, I don't know, kind of high-tech, a little bit futuristic in a way, and this is exactly the same way this one feels. Basically a Gradius with a bit of a, I don't know, like CG, a lot of CG made stuff, or computer-generated graphics on here. Let's, yeah, you can hear it, it's a lot faster that time. Otomedius Excellent! So, let's start this up here. So many different, updates and whatever. This one says here, so you have to make sure that you sign in, blah blah blah. Save data, yes. Now saying now loading. So as you can see here, it'll tell you each one, you know, so start basically the mission, so change the settings, so you can check your score, replay, the download, and the gallery. So we're just gonna go, if we go into the options mode here, what you can do is you can change around some of the settings for the controller, but we're not gonna worry about that too much. We'll just jump in here. And so the story mode, you choose the character that you like, and you play through all the stages and all the modes. And this is the multiplayer and then the score attack mode. So let's try this one here. This game is quite challenging. Here you can see all the different characters you can choose from, and all of their different power-ups here. But it's definitely a game that's been designed, you know, more for an adult audience here, so it's quite interesting. But we'll give it a shot here, and just choose this character here. Here you can change the different weapons if you want to go in here and change again. For example, like double torpedoes or missiles or something like that. You can go back and change this around all the way up to here. But I think what we'll do is we'll just leave it the way it is. You can do this with each one, and once you're finished, you just go down here and click on this. Now the power-up system, you can do semi-auto, or you can just do the manual one, which is the one I prefer here, which is basically you choose when you want to upgrade or what you want to upgrade instead of having it upgrade for you. So. What was that, Big Viper or something? I can't remember. But this game is, it is quite challenging in the fact that, you know, just like the Gradius games, if you do get hit, you lose all your power, but you've kind of got a little bit more of a hit box right now because your character's standing up. So this is the challenging part. But as you can see, so, thanks for waiting, basically she says. So here are the regular power-ups here, and we're gonna have to get something soon. So this is our force field, but it's got a lot of beautiful different scenes that it takes you around. But it's a beautiful looking game. Just really reminds me a lot of the Contra game for the PS2 here. Especially with the enemies floating on the water. But with the game itself, it has two ways you can beat it. You can beat it just by running out of time, and it'll automatically end it, or you can beat it by beating the end bosses. So. But it's an interesting one. Very interesting with all of the different upgrades and the different stages to it. And the difficulty is still there for sure. first boss. First boss is by far, you know, the easier of the bosses throughout the game. Not saying that it's a complete cakewalk here, but much easier than the other bosses. I wasn't expecting that. And it'll give you a rank at the end of each level as to, you know, how well you've done, if you've done poor or if you've done decent. How many power capsules you got and stuff. I'll say, okay, this is B rank there at the end. At the very end of the game, it'll give you an overall score. And, you know, it's brutal sometimes. Sometimes it'll say, like, oh, great, or sometimes it'll say poor, or, you know, depending on how well you do. But it's an interesting game. And for those who are fans of the series, you might get a kick out of it. So she's like, I'll save everybody. I'll protect everyone. I'm missing a lot of power-ups here. Need to get another option. But it's really beautiful with the different level changes here. This is our next boss. If you can defeat her, you guys will recognize this boss here from some of the earlier Parodius games, or Gradius games, not Parodius. Gotta remember to hit that speed up button. But sometimes you have to really keep your eye on the screen because it's easy to get lost. What's interesting about this one here is there's no penalty for touching the ground or anything. You can touch the ground, so you don't have to worry about that. And here we go. If we can kill her. Quick enough. Up. Continue. Playing a bit sloppy now, just trying to see if I can kill her or not, but I can't. Yep, that's it right there. But yeah, nonetheless, just want to show you guys a little bit of a look at what, whoa, didn't even see that up there. Is it Otomedius Excellent looks like here for the Xbox 360, and it's an interesting shooter. Like I said, it's definitely based around the geez, just cannot talk and play at the same time, but it's definitely based around the you know, the adult kind of idea here, and it is very challenging, no doubt about that. Here's our second boss. And this one's pretty challenging. Looks like something out of War of the Worlds. You remember the one with was it Tom Cruise? Looks exactly like that spaceship. Yeah. But you'll find yourself continuing quite a bit until you get used to the game. And even then, I mean, there's some points where you just cannot get through it simply. Yeah, there's no way to get around that. Now it's gonna rush inward. And it'll suddenly stand up, so you really gotta... It's gonna disappear here if I don't kill it soon. Just trying to kill this thing. Just can't do it. There we go. Like I said, if you don't destroy it, it'll still end the stage, but it'll end it on a different note. You'll wind up getting like a letter E or something like that. I mean, the amount of times that I've died for this one too is probably going to be E. Yeah, it is. So, but you can see the level of difficulty in the game. It does throw some surprises at you, and you know, it's an interesting game. It's an interesting shooter. But yeah, just want to share this with you guys here, and that's about all for me for right now. Like always, I'll put up another video here soon. So, thanks for watching. But some of the backgrounds, they look really, really nice. The further you get in the game, it can be quite amazing. Here, this is something where you can't shoot through this waterfall, so you got to get through it really quickly. But it's really nice that they don't penalize you for touching the walls. Definitely having as many options as possible is very, very nice, very good thing. I always seem to lose the options at the worst possible times. But eventually here it's going to speed up really quickly, and when it does that, that's going to be a kind of dangerous time. One more, we can get another option. Like right there. That's a bad time. I'll just continue a little bit more. Still got a few more minutes on here. But there's going to be a point here where it's just going to start to speed up, I think. Oh, it's after this, yeah. This part here is the cave. There you go. Need to do a bit more practice on this one. I think that's got some huge explosion sounds there. They weren't skimping out with that. Hey. coming up here on our next boss, which is quite challenging one as well. All these guys are gonna disappear right now. This one's hard because it will throw up some warning signs as to where it's coming. You really have to look closely though on the screen there. As you can see in the lava, it's hard to even see where it's coming. But yeah, once you get the pattern down, it can be a little bit easier, but still not the easiest by any means. Thought that was one of the boxes I could just pick up. There's a couple of boxes where if you just touch them, you'll wind up dying. I didn't even see where that was coming from that time. This is probably going to be the one where she disappears. Definitely. Yeah, she just gave up there. So, we wound up beating it just because, yeah.